Oh, hi Heather, Phoebe, Pat and Logan. Look, something that's really occurred to me just fairly recently, actually being, of course, the go-to man in the family for technical difficulties and trade skills, is that I often arrive at a crisis job for one of the family members when I'm not really adequately prepared. So I've been thinking, how do I overcome this? And so I've decided to adopt what those of us in the trade would call an emergency response kit. And it can be summarised by this bag, which I went and bought from Bunnings quite recently, this morning as a matter of fact. And it's one of those bags that I use just to carry some really key tools around when I've got to go and, as the first responder to a maintenance crisis. It always pays to go prepared. Things like just a 22mm spanner, a ring spanner, open ender, one side, hammer. You need to have a hammer. But some of the other more important things to do, particularly with plumbing tasks, as was the case earlier today at Heather's place, you can't go past a big and a large set of Stilson wrenches, which are always good for getting those hard to remove fittings off taps and whatnot. But also, and I know this is probably frowned upon in some trades, is a shifter. A shifter, a large one and a small one, they're always handy for obviously undoing plumbing fittings and things like that. But you also, one of the things that I've used quite consistently throughout my journey within the trade is this little beauty here. It's called a Gerber, and it's made from. It's a multi-purpose tool. I'll just bring it up closer to the camera. It's a multi-purpose tool that has a pair of pliers. It's got all sorts of little goodies with it. It's even got like a bread knife. You never know when you're going to need to cut a bit of bread, and that's always handy for that. It's got screwdrivers, it's got knives, it's got blades, it's got even like a universal type Phillips head screwdriver in there, which is good for doing that sort of stuff. It's a really handy little device to have, and I guess one of the great key features of this bit of apparatus is actually constructed from surgical grade stainless steel. So if the emergency really arose where you needed to perform emergency surgery, like a tracheotomy, I'll pick that up in a moment. A tracheotomy or someone to remove someone's appendix under adverse conditions, you're very well equipped to do that sort of thing. So look, I just thought I'd share that with you. I've got some other really good bits of apparatus in the garage. Logan, you'd be quite familiar with the Milwaukee Power Tools. It's a great little thing. It's the Fuel, it's only a 12-volt thing. By gee, she certainly packs a punch, this one. And it's obviously got the hammer drill function with it, all that sort of stuff, and the torque settings, which is really good for running in screws into bits of timber without, ripping the timber out. So that's a really handy thing. I love the sound it makes. 12 volts, really does the deal. It's got plenty of grunt, absolutely delivers for me every time. But the other thing that I bought a little while back, again, going back to the Milwaukee brand, I love the Milwaukee Power Tools. It's this little bad boy here. It's called a die grinder, and really, it just makes a great noise. It really does. It's handy for doing things as well, but it's got speed. So you've got speed control. It actually sounds like a cow in labour, but you can actually use it for really practical things as well. It's also very good for performing dentistry work on large animals like dinosaurs and stuff like that, because you get in there and grind the teeth away. So it's really quite useful for that sort of thing. But look, I thought I need to pick up all these tools. You can see that my emergency response kit has fallen over, but I really did want to take a little bit of time today to share some of my power tools with you. I've got a myriad of other tools over there in the corner. There's not a task that I can't do. Heather, as you probably discovered this afternoon with your taps. But we had a few struggles with that, but we got there in the end and had a hell of a lot of fun along the way. And it got to serve you had you served me as an apprentice, but you did a reasonable job, but obviously I delivered the goods in the end. Logan, I know that you're also a qualified tradesperson and really finding your way through the trade. I no doubt you've got some outstanding skills. Please feel free to use me as a mentor, as a guiding light to help you develop throughout your career. I'm more than happy to share my experience and knowledge with you as well, to make you, from a fantastic tradesperson that you are now, into an absolutely simply outstanding tradesperson. More than happy to fill that role for you, mate, and to coach you along the way. But anyway, all the best, guys. I hope you've had a great Saturday. Just thought I'd share this with you. So you're across where I'm at the moment. I wanted to talk about the emergency response kit and chat about some of the other power tools. All the best, and we must catch up for a drink sometime. Cheers, bye for now.